I hear is sirens. Paramedics toe tagging, mother still crying while my boy that's a violence. Yellow tape across the park where the niggas spark a lot. I heard them.
Hello, Knicks fans, and thank you for watching Knicks Pros TV. This is another session of Knicks Couch Reports. We are coming to you today after the game against the Bucks in London, England, and another disaster game. But listen, before we get to the Knicks, I would like to thank a new and upcoming artist by the name of Johnny Bones. You guys heard the new intro on our show. That is one of his new singles that they made with their band. So we'll really appreciate him letting us use his new single on our video. And I would like for you guys to give him some love. If you like his music, please hit us up, let us know, and we will forward your messages to him. So again, thank you, Johnny Bones, and thank you for letting us use your new single. With that said, guys, we're gonna start on the Knicks, and we're really not gonna discuss win or loss. So at this point, it's really not important if you win or if you lose. Actually, to me, the more we lose, the better chance we have at the first round pick, which is, after all, is not guaranteed. The worst team in the NBA gets 25% chance. Second worst has about 19%. So, but at least we're gonna guarantee ourselves one of the first five picks. If it's the first pick and we get Jaleel Okafor, so be it. That is the great pick. They kind of compare him to Tim Duncan with a little more skills. Why not? The last first round pick we had, Patrick Ewing. We know what became of him, and let's hope we have another one like this. And God knows we need it. Today, listen, we're gonna get more into salary cap and what we have available to us, and what will become available in 2015 as free agents, and also we're gonna kind of look forward to 2016 free agents. Um, I put a list together, of players that I would like to see to play for the Knicks. That doesn't mean, Phil Jackson is going to go after them. That doesn't mean they will sign with the Knicks. It's only the players that I would like to see, the players that are available as a restricted and unrestricted free agent. I will put these players on the table, and then I would like to hear from you guys and your opinion to see who do you like to play for the next season with all the cap space that we're gonna have, and what do you think? So with that said, the cap space for this year was set at 66.3 million. Um, so we know that we didn't have anything, cap wise left this season. And next season's projection actually for next season is around same amount, about 66.3 million. Um, so we have right now with everybody on the books, we got about 30.4 million in cap space available to us. 30.4 million cap space, and we still have Jose Calderon on the books, which I believe Phil Jackson is doing his best to trade him because he has about 15 million between this year and next year that he wants to get off the books. And let's say he's successful in trading him, that means the Knicks will have something about 37.8 million available in cap space coming 2015 season. That is a great amount of money. I think we'll be one of the highest, not the highest team in cap room, but we'll have enough money to sign a max player plus, a couple of very good players. So like I said, but that doesn't mean there are a couple of different stories I've heard. One is telling that Phil Jackson might go after a max player. One is telling me that he might not even go after a max player. He might just put a team together with good players that can play as a team in a system. So that's to be seen. This is not what we are discussing here. What we're going to discuss is the players I'm going to put on the table right now, and then we go from there. 2015 unrestricted free agents. We got, like I said, these are the players that I like, and they are unrestricted and available to us in free agency. Wesley Matthews from Portland Blazers. LaMarcus Aldridge. We got Goran Dragic, Rajon Rondo, Marc Gasol, DeAndre Jordan, and Greg Monroe. Um, Also, Kevin Love could opt out and he become an unrestricted free agent. Another player is Paul Millsap. Now, there's lots of talk everywhere. You see the rumors and talks that Phil Jackson is, going to be hard after Marc Gasol. To be honest, I don't know. I don't even know if Marc Gasol wants to leave Tennessee. The way I'm hearing, he's very comfortable there. He's been there for a long time. Um, you know, they have a good team in Memphis. I mean, there's no reason for him, to leave. And also a little bit hesitant to give a 30-year-old center the max contract. I mean, that's about 5 years. He's already in his prime, or maybe even past his prime. He might be good for another 2 to 3 years. I don't know. And the last couple of years of the contract, it becomes like dead money. So I don't know if I really do want to give a 30-year-old guy a 5-year max contract. But we don't know if really Phil Jackson's really big on him or is going to go hard on him, and even if he's going to leave, which I don't think. Another player that has been thrown into the discussion is LaMarcus Aldridge. I really like LaMarcus, but he's another player that I don't think would leave Portland. He's been there for a long time, plays well with Lillard and other players. So it'll be kind of hard to see him leave, Blazers. One player that has said before that he likes to play for the Knicks, and I think it will be a great fit for us, is Goran Dragic. I'm really big on him, not because he only can penetrate, but he's a very good shooter. Two threes, and he's a good passer. And I think he fits very well in triangle offense just because of shooting ability. Another point guard available is Rajon Rondo. I mean, his name has come up like many times. Trading to the Knicks and not coming to the Knicks, going to a different team. That's another player. That would be good. He's a great facilitator. He's a very good penetrator. You know, he's not as good shooting as Goran Dragic is. So I don't know where Phil's preference is gonna fall. But if it was me, like I said, these are the players I like. If it was me and I would pick Goran Dragic over Rajon Rondo just because of the system that you're playing. And then we have some really good young centers available. I mean, if Paul Gasol Marc Gasol and Aldridge decide to stay where they are, we have Greg Monroe available. 6'11", very young, 23, 24 years old, very agile, great post up. Great rebounder. And he hasn't even hit the ceiling yet. He's just on the way up. I like to get these young players that can be in a system and play together for a long time. So I do like him over Gasol. So uh, Greg Monroe is a good choice. DeAndre Jordan, I'm not that big on him. As I'm on the others, but he's also available. Um, a player that I really like to see to play for the Knicks is Paul Millsap. I think he's a great player. He hustles, he rebounds, he can shoot. He is a very good post-up player. So Paul Millsap would be one of the players on top of my list. and he might even come to you without a max contract. Kevin Love, it's so. I don't know what really I can get a reading out of him. What he wants to do. The way they're playing him, he doesn't look like he's gonna stay in Cleveland. I think he will opt out, but even if he opts out, I think he will have Lakers on top of his list before the Knicks. So if he's available, he's a good player. I just don't know how he would mesh with Carmelo. So um, I will leave that right there and let you guys debate if he would be a great fit for us or not. But these were the unrestricted free agents that I mentioned. There are some brilliant, I'm talking about brilliant young restricted free agents available in 2015 that I would love to see one or two of them on our team. I mean, I would be ecstatic to see them to play for the Knicks. Number one on my list, and I know you guys would like this. Um, it's just a matter of being able to pay him much. Give him enough contract, a big contract that won't be matchable for the team that he's playing for right now. So he's a player from Chicago Bulls. I know you guys know who I'm talking about. No, he's none but Jimmy Butler. I love Jimmy Butler, man. He rebounds. He's a complete offensive player. He is a great defensive player. The kid hustles. I love his all-around game. I love his intensity. Um, I think he will be a great addition to Knicks. He brings a new attitude to the team. He brings that hustle, that uh, hard fought mentality to the team. He's, like I said, a great all around player. He is young, so he'll be in the system for a long time. So listen, I'll be more than happy if we get Jimmy Butler. But like I said, he's a restricted free agent, so whatever we offer him, Chicago can match. But Chicago is very, very, kind of tied up in their cap space for next year. So I don't know how much they can match, and if they are willing to go that much over cap and pay luxury tax. So that's one player. Second player I would really like to see play for the Knicks, and he also said a couple of times that he would like to play for his hometown team. His name is Tobias Harris. Young player, good offensive player, very good defensive player. He's still young. He hasn't even hit his ceiling yet. There's lots of room for growth, and I think he will be great. Playing for the Knicks. Um, like I said, I like these young players because if you put, for example, Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris and Goran Dragic and like Greg Monroe, you put these players together, they're gonna be together for a long time. You're like building a dynasty, just like the Spurs did with Manu, Duncan, and Parker. They were young when they got together, so they got to play for many years and win multiple championships altogether. So I think that's the build that we are looking for, that chemistry that needs to be built. And you can't have that with players that just gonna play 1 year and leave, and 1 year and leave, or 2 years and leave. So we need some young players that is gonna stay in the system. And I think all these players that we just mentioned, are good young players that could help the team now and in the future. Another restricted free agent, Brandon Knight. He's a good point guard, good shooting point guard. So if we fail at Goran Dragic and Rajon Rondo, so we can have a fallback plan as Brandon Knight. Um, Reggie Jackson, another good player, man, another young good player out of Oklahoma City. I like that. I like him too. I mean, there is no drop off if we get him. I know Goran Dragic and Rondo are much better. They're on top of the list, but Reggie Jackson, young, again, hasn't hit his ceiling yet. He still has room for growth. Like him, I like him a lot. But you know what? These are the 2015 unrestricted free agents that I like to see. It doesn't mean that you will get them. It doesn't mean that they'll be available by the time the free agency arrives because they might sign extensions with their own teams. But if they are available, we should go after. In my opinion, we should go after the young ones. We should go after the ones that are still have lots of room to improve, and we will see results right away as well. Because we just don't want to go get players that we want to wait until like 2018 or 2019 to get results. But these players, any of them you pick, or you will see results right away, and you also will see the results in the future, as well. With that in mind, I'll take you guys to 2016. Now, the way I'm hearing is that Phil Jackson is trying to um, budget his cap space somehow next year that he will have enough money left, for 2016. The good news about 2016 is there is a new TV deal, a new NBA TV deal that is going to kick in, and projecting that the salary cap is going to rise by $16 million. Meaning the cap space for 2016, instead of being 66 million, is about 80 to 82 million dollars. And if you have a little bit cap space left from a year before, that gives us a good amount of money to get one max player. And everybody knows which player is available in 2016. Everybody knows that Kevin Durant is going to be a free agent in 2016. And as I'm saying this, I know you guys are thinking, is this Phil Jackson's plan? Is this the master plan that he's putting together to get KD in New York to play with Melo and a couple other good players? I don't know, but if it is, and if it happens, listen, us Knicks fans will be the happiest fans in the world. But you know what? For right now, it's a pipe dream. We'll see when it's time. But until then, hey, it doesn't hurt to dream. It doesn't hurt to think about it. The possibilities out there. We will see what's going to happen. But also in 2016, you have Brandon Jennings, Joakim Noah, and Al Horford available as unrestricted free agents. That doesn't mean they're still going to be available by 2016. They might sign extensions, but if they don't, they are available. And you know what? If you don't get KD, you can bring any of those, to the Knicks, and they will be good. All of them are young, so there is no drawbacks to that. And one player that is going to be a restricted free agent, well, actually, three players that are restricted free agents in 2016 that, to me, they were very intriguing. One that is an upcoming superstar, if he's already not a superstar, but he's a young um, player, plays for New Orleans, and his name is Anthony Davis. He is going to be an unrestricted free agent 2006, restricted free agent 2016. And listen, I can't say enough about this guy. This guy took the league by the storm. He's been great. He's like a monster. So and he's still growing. He's still learning the game, and he's still getting better and better every year. So Davis is available in 2016. So is Bradley Beal, which I really like. He's a very good shooter, and also Andre Drummond. Young center. He's playing great for Detroit. Just because of him, Greg Monroe has become expendable. But depending on what we have in 2015, 2016, these players are also available to us. We just have to wait and see. But the whole point was I just wanted to give you guys these lists of these players and see what you think, and what you like to bring aboard. If you were playing GM, if you were playing Phil Jackson, and you're sitting, and putting a plan together, with all the cap space that you have available to you, who you gonna bring on board? Center or power forward or point guard or a couple of good players here and there. Between 2015 and 2016, what you gonna put together? This is very interesting for me to see what you Knicks fans or NBA fans in general think Phil Jackson is planning to do. Because right now is a mystery to us. Right now is like a fire sale. I mean, we are like so horrible. Like today, lost the game. What we are 5-36. I mean, I didn't even see that coming in my dreams. But listen, I can't fight it anymore. I can't get mad every night watching the TV and wanting to throw something at the TV and cursing the players out. I got tired of that. I'm losing my hair over that and losing sleep over it. So about 20 games ago, I give up. I'm like, whatever. If you lose, just go ahead and lose every single game. I don't care. As long as you get that draft pick, a good draft pick, and then start building around Melo and that draft pick and bring some players on. And hopefully next year we'll have a better, respectable record than we have this year. But at this point, win or loss, I really don't care. Actually, losses make me happier than the wins. But you know what? At this point, let's evaluate our young players. I've been impressed with Langston Galloway. Um, Cole Aldrich can give us 15 to 20 minutes as a backup center. And we don't have to pay a lot for him. I've been impressed with Clay Anthony early. I mean, he hasn't played much, but the few games that he has played so far, coming back from a knee surgery, he's been impressive. I can see him grow to a better player by game by game, and so those other players kind of impressed so far. Travis Ware, I don't know. It's kind of sometimes hot, sometimes cold. I can get a reading on this guy, so I'm not gonna really go there with him. But even Shane Larkin has been, good. I'd rather see him on the floor than Calderon. Calderon just drives me nuts to see we pay this guy $7 million a year, and he's supposed to be a good shooter, and he can shoot. You know, yeah, I'm not gonna use the word, but anyway. So listen, with all this said, there is really nothing much, about the Knicks. Um, just to say that what, we gotta stay patient. Gotta stay patient with Fisher. Fisher doesn't have much to play with right now. Got a bunch of young players that he's trying to teach, and so far he has done a great job, in my opinion. I mean, there's not much he can do. Just as much as he's keeping his cool and he's taking every bullet, just talks about it just shows you his character. He knew what kind of challenge he's taking on, and he went head on and he took on the challenge. And I wish him nothing but the best, and I hope he'll be able to turn it around next year with the players that he's going to get. And I have my trust in him and Phil Jackson. I know lots of Knicks fans do, and they look forward to the next season. Before I close it out, I want to thank Johnny Bones for letting us use his latest single, and appreciate that, man. Um, Well, Knicks fans, definitely leave us your comments. Hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel so you can see more videos from me and my brother. We discuss everything: Knicks, Giants, Jets, Yankees, Mets. So whenever we get closer to the seasons, we'll discuss that more in details. But right now, it's all about the Knicks. Listen, before I go, I keep always forgetting this. I want to give a huge shout out to New York Rangers, man. They've been doing so great. The only team in New York so far, Rangers and Islanders, been doing so good. I can't say enough um, about them. But the only reason we don't talk about them is like me and my brother don't know much about hockey, so we don't want to, get involved in something that we have no idea, about. And but when it comes to playoffs, when the Rangers are playing, me and my brother like glued to the TV. So we wish them the best, and hopefully they will make it to playoffs, and hopefully they win a Stanley Cup, um, and make the New Yorkers proud. With that said, guys, please subscribe, like, comment on our videos. We really appreciate it. We make sure we respond to your comments as well. You have a wonderful day. Um, go Knicks. Stay patient, and we'll talk to you on the next video.
Keem and Jarrell been tight since elementary. Keem moved the bell, scooped this man for penitentiary. Gave him cars and clothes, schooled him on the wall of drugs. Flipping O's, clicking phones, tripping, making jugs. Tamika.